Do not limit yourself to a strict conversation at first. Continue to develop your basic understanding of things, life. When you have yet to find a specific interest, your best conversation is the one that you are most comfortable with. Otherwise, it is best to let others know that the topic does not interest you. If you want to learn about the conversation, then listen. If you do not want to hear about it, respectfully move on. Developing your own conversation will be the answer to not finding your desired conversation. You will find places where your conversation takes place. Go to those places. Do what makes you feel comfortable with when you are among those people. Most importantly, gain confidence by asking questions. Questions will usually expand the conversation of the speaker. As I read this excerpt, a better understanding of how to build my conversation was understood. Self-efficacy, Bandura, 1997. Define the construct of self-efficacy as one's belief in one's abilities to succeed in specific situations. Such beliefs influence motivational regulation so that individuals model their own goals by investing in an effort toward the expected outcome. Self-efficacy can be task and situation specific. Several researchers understand self-efficacy as the self-evaluation of personal coping. Other researchers conceptualize self-efficacy as a generalized conviction in being able to fill demanding requirements in a wide range of domains. Further reading led me to this thought about our ideals of life. Locus of control. The construct refers to the extent to which individuals believe that they can control events that affect them. Two forms of locus of control are traditionally distinguished, internal and external. An internal locus of control implies that one's own behavior is seen as the main controlling factor for events in life. In contrast, an external locus of control implies that outcomes in one's life are due to chance, luck, fate, or are influenced by other powerful individuals. I believe being able to accept that life happens, both good and bad, allows us to accomplish more in a lifetime. Here is a good explanation of this idea. A strong sense of self-efficacy promotes human accomplishments and personal well-being. A person with high self-efficacy views challenges as things that are supposed to be mastered rather than threats to avoid. These people can recover from failure faster and are more likely to attribute failure to lack of effort. They approach threatening situations with a belief that they can control them. These things have been linked to lower levels of stress and a lower vulnerability to depression. In contrast, people with low self-efficacy view difficult tasks as personal threats and shy away from them. Difficult tasks lead them to look at skills they lack rather than the ones they have. It is easy for them to lose faith in their own abilities after a failure. Low self-efficacy can be linked to higher levels of stress and depression. With our ability to accept undesired experiences, then process them quickly and communicate how we feel about the experiences could allow for resolution instead of self-inflicted, drawn-out emotional torture. Communication, often survivors of trauma, have difficulty not only expressing themselves, but listening and comprehending what is being said to them. It is not uncommon for survivors who are hyper-aware of their surroundings to lose focus and disassociate from the present. After a traumatic experience, a survivor's level of concentration is lower than it was prior to the trauma. Therefore, many survivors have trouble absorbing information, which can make having longer and intellectual conversations a challenge. This may result in avoidance of discussing how they feel, because just talking about what happened to them can be emotionally draining because they feel re-traumatized. Some survivors do not want to share in fear of being believed or understood, so they choose to hold on to their traumatic experiences to avoid not being taken seriously. This fear of rejection or judgment silences them. Many people are not trained to talk to the survivors of trauma, so it is important that the person they know not belittle, dismiss, or ask questions about what happened. It is important that the person sharing their trauma with you is believed by you, that you validate their emotions. I would consider my daily routine, habits, and interests to begin with. Stop searching for something that you cannot explain. Pay attention to the things that you do every day. Those things that make up your life are in your life for a reason. The most successful investors in the world are practical. They invest in goods and services that they use. They ask, why do I like this? Will other people like this? The answer to the question could allow you to expand your conversation on a basic human life level. Even when you find an industry to research or work in, there will be segments to that industry, moving around the jobs within the industry to find your niche. Common practices within the industry will become familiar. What are the ancillary businesses to your industry of choice? Once you understand that question, you could better understand how to assist those businesses. When you can assist businesses, you will have tapped into a potential lifestyle. There will be an opportunity then. Your life will become your work will be your life. The ability to feel a person's emotions through their words is a significant skill to possess. Silence is one of the great arts of conversation. The nightclubs are part of the hospitality industry. This will become a significant resource to expand in your network. It is important to understand what people do, not specifically. Most people that enter the nightclub will be there to either have an enjoyable time working or looking to expand their own businesses. People appreciate a direct conversation. Things take time in the nightclub industry. Like most businesses, money talks. Money does not mean loyalty. You will find quick conversations in the nightclub. Over time, faces will become familiar. Those faces will become your conversation. Even when someone is doing something in a club that you would never consider, they are part of your conversation. You're building a conversation. A big comeback. And so there was his birthday party in Reeperbahn, the red light district in St. Pauli, in Hamburg. And the apartment was on the main corner. I had opened the windows, and this corner has all these prostitutes standing in the streets. The street is very famous for this. So the window was open, and when I started to play, it was so loud that even the prostitutes standing outside next door were dancing on the street. And so the people outside walking on the street were watching and started to dance too, all having fun. I became a little bit addicted again to DJing, and I got good feedback from them. One thing led to another. After a decade spent pushing creative new sounds to the European underground, Solomun celebrates dynamic music's 10th birthday, a party concept that is as unique as the artist himself. In a candid interview, he reveals the method behind the madness and how his long journey began. Think about building a conversation like building an organization. What a person does for work does not necessarily mean that this is what they are good at or even like. Try imagining another position for them in your organization or life. What could that person add to your conversation? You know why you are there. You are trying to expand your conversation. Are they in attendance for the same reason? Find out why they continue to frequent the nightclub. Your conversation with the nightclub people has begun. The hotel industry is the most dynamic segment of the hospitality industry. It has the potential to host all other hospitality industry segments. The idea is to keep a guest in the hotel for their entire stay, to capture all a guest's travel dollars. The challenge for the hoteliers is to integrate the proper combination of products and services. In addition to maintaining enough of a hotel's rooms, keys, to be able to run a profitable hotel. A person selling a conversation within the hotel industry will not have far to look. The largest hurdle will be to understand the segment of the hotel industry that will best suit their interests and personality. Will you be more interested in a hotel that focuses on business? In this interest, you will be smart to understand what business travelers need. Will they require meeting and conference breakout rooms? Will they want large suites that have rooms to keep the team together for a period of a stay? The hotel industry becomes dynamic immediately. People have different tastes within the hotel they choose. Here is what one professional had to say about this topic: the importance of hotel branding and how to build an effective strategy. Nowadays, with the advent of social media, a proper strategy needs to encompass storytelling in order to not only define your values, but also communicate them. In this way, you can build a reputation based on your value proposition. In order to create this comprehensive message, it is important to know who your customers are. Study your competitors through the benchmarking and competitor research, and create a strong core philosophy that defines who you are as a hotel. Therefore, it is important to understand it is not about the price for some. It is about the amenities of a hotel that should earn a hotel guest. This is where brand integrity, theme, image, and loyalty will come into play. I could spend a lifetime in the hotel industry. I love hotels. I love the idea of freeing up people's time by catering to them, vice versa. I do not believe there is a better place to earn a robust understanding of people on a personal level than in a hotel. Life takes place in a hotel. Ownership within a hotel offering residency could be the only other offering more significant than a hotel suite stay. The penthouse is the ultimate experience and asset. The psychology of a penthouse owner to me is fascinating. These personalities do not necessarily have to be the wealthiest people in the world. I do believe that they achieve a more significant enhancement of life by being above the skyline, while having like-minded people in the same building below them. Accessing amazing neighborhoods gives a tenant a better experience while living in their modern apartment. They might have access to high-caliber tenants in the same building that share the same lifestyle or work in similar industries. The neighborhood may offer local parks where the tenants can stay active and exercise. The area might have highly coveted attractions that are only accessible to individuals in this neighborhood. If it is a gated community, there could be an on-site restaurants and entertainment venues. With different price points in a building, desirability of a lifestyle residence, the buildings of a penthouse take on their own personality. Similarly, the penthouses will have conversations within its floor plan. All the city's skyline or chosen segments could be viewed at a penthouse level. If you want to understand the penthouse lifestyle, you must understand the lifestyle of the people who prefer it. At the residence level, positioning is especially important to a penthouse owner. They have an idea of placement. A sense of pristine organization complements a reality check in their lifestyle. They can walk to a window and look out at the skyline. They can walk out onto a terrace, look down below, or out to the skyline. They could feel the air. They could smell the air. They will understand that they are on top of their own world. They will appreciate this existence, or they will understand that it is time to get their mind together. There is a lifetime of conversation at the penthouse level. The penthouse level is a lifestyle.